This is Mun.
And this is Ray.
Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribe, please, to our channel.
Yes.
I do want to apologize once again. We've not been consistent as we said we were going to. Understand life does play a part.
Yeah, it does.
But do understand we're going to try to be as consistent as possible from this day forth.
Yes. So thank you all for tuning in still, and our faithful subscribers. We totally appreciate you coming back. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell 20 friends.
To tell 20 more friends.
To subscribe.
Please. Okay? And you know what? Also like. I don't care if you don't like it. Like it anyway.
Right. Engage with us in the comments. Because if it's something you don't like that we said, we won't know it unless you tell us.
For real.
If you do like it, we won't know it unless you say it.
There it is.
So.
Please. All right.
Amen. So what's on the topic board today, babe?
Well, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Why are we talking about this gentleman?
I'll ask. Why are we talking about this gentleman?
Well, because this gentleman has a documentary that has been appeared on Showtime.
Yeah.
And it's entitled Supervillain.
Gee whiz. Spell it. Okay, never mind.
I was going to spell it.
No, not you, it's for him.
Yes. Tekashi 6ix9ine, a.k.a. Daniel Hernandez.
Jr.
Check this out. What in the hell is this young man doing? Now, just because you're making money does not mean you're doing it right.
Right.
Okay. This is what I mean when I speak of appropriation.
Mm-hmm.
In this documentary, this young man pretty much talks about his troubled childhood, how poor he was, and he even lets it be known, I am not that talented.
Yeah, he said, I don't think I'm that talented.
Yes.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't either. You're not by yourself. But then he goes into this rampage of just doing shock videos.
To get the notoriety.
To get notoriety and the I guess publication, whatever, views and likes and all this type of stuff. This is why I hate social media. Seriously. Your social media has given some of these young men and women the idea that they are more than who they say they are, without any kind of talent, just because they put something on YouTube and it gets a lot of followers.
It's the same. It's the same thing as being an internet gangster. A whole lot of people will say a whole lot of stuff behind a whole lot of cameras and keyboards and just a tippy-tappy typing away. Mm-hmm. But that's as far as it goes. And I'm like, what's your credit? How are you credible if this is how you make your living? If this is, I mean, if that's your thing, do what you do. Yeah. But when you're on social media, you are subject to be criticized. Yeah. You don't have to accept it or like it. Yeah. But you have to understand, and my husband and I talked about this last night, when you choose a lifestyle that puts you in the public arena, you belong to the public.
Yes. Sorry. I'm nobody's role model, but you are, because you have a million people watching you.
Yeah. Just because you didn't sign up to be, or you don't want to be someone's idol or role model, does not mean that you're not.
Yes, and before we got some of these naysayers, well, what about the other black rappers who be doing that type of gangster stuff and all that? Yeah, I've talked about them too.
We'll continue to do it.
Yeah,
as long as they continue to do it,
we'll continue to do it.
We'll have something to say.
But what bothers me is this young man goes on social media and disrespects rappers.
Everybody got to suck his weak up.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I mean, seriously, this is what he does. He has clothing that says, fuck me, bitch. Fuck me, nigga.
I guess my thing is, the clothing is, the message is subjective, but it's also suggestive.
Yeah,
why do you want all these guys to
F you? I mean, I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand it. And he's jumping out there saying these different things or what have you, and it's like, you do have children that watch you, and this is the problem what I don't like. When you do have a platform and you're making lots of money, and you're out there on a constant basis, you got people coming to your concerts or whatever, You don't take responsibility of what the things you say out of your mouth.
Right.
Or some of your actions. And then you put it off on the parents and say, well, I ain't your parent, it's your responsibility. And let me tell you something. Our kids, right now, you don't have to have no money to watch the bullshit y'all put on YouTube.
Nope.
All you need is a phone.
That's it.
With an internet connection.
That's it.
You know, and am I sitting here trying to say that we're supposed to it's just damn it, it's just trifling. Sorry, it's just wrong.
It is.
In my opinion.
It is.
Seriously, I am an artist. And damn it, every poem I write, I am very careful about what I say and who I'm speaking to.
Because there's a specific demographic that you have to cater to.
Yes.
You have to know this when you're an artist. I mean, some artists don't care because they're about, like we said, the money, the notoriety, the fame, things like that. But you have to understand there are things that come with that.
Yeah.
So if you want it all, you're going to get it all. You can't pick and choose. You're either going to have it or you're not. But understand that when you sign up for it, you're getting what you asked for. So, you know.
And then you watch this. You watch the documentary, please. We probably give him more views. But I want you to see from our point of view what I'm speaking of. He puts the 9 trade
bloods.
9 trade blood gang in his videos.
He became friends with them, I guess, because when you down with the big black men, can't nobody mess with you.
Yeah, you protected.
You unfuckwittable. Sorry,
but yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, you can't. Yeah. Oh, we gave him protection. We made sure nobody don't mess with him, whatever. It kills me. But as soon as they went to court.
Hi, my name is Daniel Hernandez Jr.
And I have nothing to do with this.
Accent
gone.
Totally gone.
No.
Didn't even sound Latin.
But here it is. But I know who was in charge though. Yeah, him and him and him. Then you start snitching. 6 9
to save your ass.
To save your ass.
If you down, you down.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't be what Lady Gaga calls a paper gangster. Come on now, be all over the place.
Yeah, but since we're talking about, we are used as a people,
and we don't mind it.
And I'm telling you, we sit around.
We don't even mind it.
Joke, and it's like I'm looking at this dude. His name is Cisco Belly. I may be saying his name wrong, but if I did, I'm sorry.
Seiko.
Checking this dude out, man. This dude looks after they're playing the video and they're listening to the court case where he named him as a major contributor to the gang violence and so-called other counts and other crimes this gang has done. You should have saw his face.
He almost wanted to cry because
seriously,
he took this Bama in.
Yes.
Like he took Tekashi in, like, you know, he said, you know, he slept in my grandmother's house, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, everything.
I extended my home to you.
And normally when people do that for you, they are literally letting you in. You ain't coming over my mother's house. You ain't coming to my grandmama's house. You know what I mean? But normally, you're letting someone in.
And what he did was a marketing ploy. He used them. He used it. It's just like it's like this is what I mean by appropriating.
Yeah.
Once you come into our culture and you take our culture, you want to take in our culture, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we sing, or what have you. What happens from this point?
Right.
When you start making all the money, now you leave us, and once you leave us, we're left holding the bag.
Yep. That's real.
And then what gets me is that the very same race, we sit here and look at it. Like, well, you know, ain't nothing wrong with it. What's wrong? You got Asians singing gospel.
And Asians doing go-go music. We are from the D.C. area.
Yes.
We're from D.C.
Yeah.
So when you go on social media and you hear go-go music, and then you look at the screen and it's a group of Asians.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm shocked. And then all of a sudden, well, man, what's wrong with that? It's all good. The problem is this. They're starting to do go-go music. Guess who's going to get signed?
Right. Not us.
Yeah. Essence has been doing go-go music for over 20 to 30 years.
Hell, Trouble Funk.
What major record label has picked them up? Nobody.
Right.
Chuck Brown has just been inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's it. All I'm saying is, I have no problem with you playing our music.
None.
No problem at all. But once you play it, you take it and you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the music industry, Hollywood or what have you, will take you and out of us. You got thousands of African Americans singing, dancing, telling jokes or whatever, and you know what? Can't get a deal.
Right.
Because what Hollywood does, I'm gonna pick up the non-black.
Because that's the gimmick. That's the thing. We know black people can do it. Yeah, that's
we
cute.
Know that.
But wow. Wow.
We got a white boy that can rap. Yes, boy, look at his
and
lyrics.
That's what Tekashi did, because he said in his own, I never listen to rap.
I'm a punk rocker.
Punk rock. He named almost every genre except for rap and hip hop.
Yeah. But he's a rapper. I mean, in this man's video, he was showing how he was shooting up heroin.
That was in one of his music videos. And the reason, now they also speak with his daughter's mother. That's the thing. Another thing, you got a daughter, a
child,
and so you're probably gonna go off if, God forbid, some dude treats your daughter the way you treat women. And you're gonna go off
because it's wrong.
It's good for you to do it, but not for another dude who's buying your music and doing what you're doing. So anyway, so he, his daughter's mother is in the documentary as well, and she talked about how he's just a little kid who's never had an experienced true love, and they've been together and all this time and everything. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe, but that's everyone's story.
Yeah.
So why does everyone have the same story? Why does every outcome have to be the same outcome?
I ain't get no love, so I don't know how to show love.
Right.
You have a love for money.
Right.
You know right from wrong. And what gets me is like when some people say, well, my father wasn't in my life and he was never around or whatever. What kills me is that you still got the same values from your mother, same values from your grandparents. So what's the difference?
And you had your stepfather.
Yeah.
And his stepfather, he said, was his superhero. And he said my stepfather wanted him to go somewhere with him. He was like, no, I think I'm going to stay home or whatever. He said he never came back. He had gotten robbed and got killed. So he said he was my hero and he died. So I decided I wanted to be a supervillain because supervillains live forever.
Now, that's the type of logic that we have as leaders.
Hey.
You can't sit here and tell me we're in trouble.
No,
we are in trouble.
This is the thing. He's Mexican and Puerto Rican descent. His mom is Mexican. His father's Puerto Rican. He said his father said that he left him when Tekashi was very young. His mom remarried. So he said they grew up poor and everything. And I'm not knocking that. I'm glad you were able to make a way out. However, it's almost as if you stepped on a few heads and crushed some skulls in order to do it.
Yeah.
Now, if that's what you are going to teach your daughter, because you're damn sure teaching it to the people who listen to your music, who ride with, who DICK ride you, because I think it's crass. I think it's horrible, but
it's irresponsible.
That's what's selling.
It's irresponsible.
And you take from us, but you're selling it to them. And making this. And that's how it works. Because we're not buying your music.
I don't buy that shit. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know who he was.
Me either.
When it came on, I was like, Supervillain. I thought it was an actual movie. You want to be honest.
Well, see, I knew his name only because of the tabloid news. Like the first time I had actually even seen him or seen what he looked like, there was a video of him that surfaced, and he had brought his mother like stacks of cash for her birthday. And I'm thinking, two things is wrong with that. One, you could never pay your mother back for what she does for you. I don't care. And two, people know where your mother lives. And you just want to showboat and say, look what I can do for my mother.
But you understand why he did that, though?
Why?
Because I have the 9 Trey members.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yeah, that's cute.
I ain't worried about you trying to rob my mama because I got backup. See, I got an army. Even though I'm not with them.
Right.
But they with me.
We not friends.
Yeah.
But they're my best friends in real life.
They people who I call if I'm in trouble.
Yeah. And now what you calling them?
Yeah. You're dabbing them out to save your ass.
Crazy. I mean.
But isn't it amazing how we don't value snitching, but we got a problem with snitching when it's a white officer killing an unarmed black man? That's when we want to snitch.
Okay, right.
But we don't snitch. We ain't supposed to snitch when it's in the hood.
Right.
When because I'm telling you, they still ain't found that person who was who's responsible for killing that child some weeks back. I think the child was like maybe 1 or 2 years old, and the father was in the car, and it was in D.C. and the kid was murdered also.
Okay.
Yeah. So no one's found that person. Now, if you have, please bring it to my attention because I've been looking on Facebook. I've been checking it out. I haven't heard anything.
Right.
Now, all I'm saying is, if that's the case, if he has been found, if the person has been found, look how long it took him. Who snitched?
Right.
See, and I'm talking about us as a people. We really need to check ourselves up front before we check anybody else.
That's real.
And I'm being so honest.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. In this community, in this country, we are treated worse than second-class citizens.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
How is he a supervillain? But didn't Clinton call us supervillains?
Clinton? No. We were super predators.
Oh, predators.
See,
I'm sorry. Carry on.
No, I'm sorry. No, Clinton called us super predators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad, Bill.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. We're super predators. I mean, damn. We're everything fucked up in this country. Everything. But that's a whole different discussion. But you realize that when every time you talk about us, we are thugs, we're murderers, we're vandals, we're looters. We're the problem with welfare. We're the problem with the COVID-19. We're the problem with HIV. We're the problem. I mean, does it make sense?
What your brother say?
My brother loved him to death because he said something that was so profound. He said, if we are leaders in all of everything that's wrong health-wise, our diets are messed up, our health is messed up. I mean, the way we eat is messed up. We don't drink enough water and all that type of shit. How is it that we always develop the best athletes?
Y'all better eat some chitlins. Win a race.
No, let's be real. Think about that for a second. They've always said we got the poorest health.
Yep.
We don't have no health care. We're ranking worse in every category. But we always turn out the greatest athletes. Right now, you got, I want to say her name, Simone Biles.
Yes, Simone Biles.
Simone. She is the most decorated gymnast in the world.
But haters will change the game and move the finish line.
Woman did a move and they still trying to figure out how she did it. Then all of a sudden say, you can't use that because we can't do that.
Haters will say it's real.
Yeah, and they just loving Tiger Woods and all of his misfortune. I mean, they tried their best to bring that brother down.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still a billionaire. That man gave up one of the biggest divorce settlements ever, and he's still on top. But that's a whole different discussion. Tekashi 6ix9ine, honestly, I don't care nothing about you. And I'm being real, and just, I'm going to say what my wife always said, continued success, but I'm not a fan.
There it is.
So, you're going to continue doing what you're doing. We're just talking about it because Showtime felt as though doing a documentary on your life would probably be something that will bring ratings in. And they're right.
Yeah, and it comes on Sunday.
Because I watch
10
it.
p.m. Eastern.
So, am I hypocritical? maybe I'm watching the study so I can have something to talk about.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
And just speak randomly about
Yeah.
this person. Yeah. So I'm doing my research. But anyhow, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Do your thing,
Yeah.
homie.
Yeah, I just hope one day, the non-Trey mafia or mom members or whatever you call them, that come to their senses. And when they do, how much protection you gonna have then?
Exactly.
Okay, buddy.
Will you still be Tekashi?
Yeah. Yeah, you be Kashi 6 feet under.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's not right.
I married him.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
He asked me and I said yes.
I'm sorry, Tekashi. How you business, baby?
Yeah.
Do your thing, man.
Handle your business.
Soldier on, man.
I guess. Well, that's our video. That's our time. We thank you for yours.
Thank you.
So much for tuning in once again. I am Ray.
And I am Mun. We're going to do it again. I am Mun.
And I am Ray.
That's right. So please, once again, I do apologize for our consistency. We're going to try to be consistent as possible with these videos.
Yes.
All right?
All right.
Love you, even if you don't love me back.
Purr. Okay, purr.
Down and dirty. One thing I forgot.
Who